Hello and welcome to my demonstration of this VR interactive step sequencer using Metasounds and Unreal Engine 5. So we're starting out with the kick here in an 8-beat loop, basically. We also have a separate Metasound for the snare and a hi-hat. They're all playing different wave files in this instance. And yeah, you can activate or deactivate each step in loop based upon using the trigger button. I'm using the Oculus Quest. So we also have synthesizer functionality, so making a synthesizer from scratch within Metasounds, changing the MIDI note value based upon the grip of the controller. And so, yeah, you can turn these notes on and off, but it also controls the specific MIDI note and shows you what specific MIDI note you're sending out. So this is the blueprint for the kick. And yeah, so there's a quartz clock that is controlling the timing of it all. We're changing different variables like the material, toggling within the Metasound, the step. So this is the quartz clock that I mentioned there being set up. It's gonna lock our sequence to the frame rate, playing our Metasound there. This synthesizer is quite similar, but there's just a couple extra steps because of the widget interaction. There's also a component on both of these blueprints that communicates with the Enhanced Player Input Subsystem for the Oculus Quest. I think it could be used with other VR controllers, but I'm using the Quest here. There's some extra steps for changing the note, saving it into a variable, and communicating with the widget to display that note. We have the quartz clock once again set up. This is the Metasound for the kick. Couple of variables that we have set up in there communicating with the blueprint, and then we have the toggles that are changing the different steps that are activated, playing the wave file that we have in there for the kick. Very similar with the synth once again, pretty much the same thing, other than different variables coordinating with the note and different components that I'll be adding later to the sequencer. This is the enhanced interaction player subsystem that we're accessing within the other blueprints. It's basically changing the activation states of the objects that are being selected, changing their materials, communicating with this input system so it is seamless and makes sense with what we are trying to do. We're also calling upon these custom events that are determining whether an object is selected or deselected. And thank you very much for listening to my demonstration of this VR interactive step sequencer. And thank you so much.